Hello, and welcome to this Elevated FX London session trade house with your truly DreDayFX. So, as you all know, every Thursday London session, what we do is we look to see exactly if we have any setups here for Enigma AI, and we're going to review previous setups here that were sent out here with the system. And if you have any questions here, we're going to be glad to answer them. So once again, welcome. So I'm just going to pull up the actual charts here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to set up here. Hope you had a wonderful trading week here overall. And if it's the first time that you're seeing this London session on our YouTube channel or my personal channel here at DreDayFX, welcome. So let's get into it. So 2 seconds. So okay. Right, so let me start sharing my screen. All right. So let's start and look at setups here. So basically, what we have here is every hour, the Enigma AI system is scanning the market for you, so you don't have to, and it's gonna send out here alerts on any pair that is available. So you're able to set up your own alerts, as we all know, and and for this example, we're going to see exactly what happened here in the market as of this morning. So we had a Euro JPY setup that was sent out. So you have, when you're going to receive the alerts, it's going to be shown as followed. So you're gonna have the entry price, you have your stop loss, and you have your TP zones here. So you have TP1, TP2, and TP3. Perfect. And as you could see, this is the actual alert that was sent out. And you could see that the entry price and the TPs are the same as what is shown on the actual Enigma AI system on TradingView. And right now, since we're in the London session, the London zone, you see that the this trade here was a pretty good trade. We were going on a downtrend. Okay. And if we look at I always look at the 4 hour to see exactly where we're at in the market. And right now we're still in a bearish market. And you could look at the daily. It was a bearish market here. So it was a high probability trade to take based on what we're seeing here in the market overall. And right now, within the first hour, it did hit TP1, and right now it's hitting TP2 at it's 3 a.m. So this is the second candle, and basically the trade was sent out on the 1 hour candle because it always takes that candle to close so that the signal comes out. So as you can see, this is the 1 hour candle, and at 2 the signal popped up. It went back up. I'm just gonna zoom it in for you. So you went back up, you retraced, but you had the option to go within the market execution at the top of the candle. Most of the time, I do that. I just take the trade right away, or you could put a pending order at the entry price, and then let the trade go. And it's a beautiful setup here overall. Okay, so that's pretty good. So let's look at the previous setups. There were 3 setups that were sent out here at 11 p.m. A couple hours ago, so 4 hours ago, and I was looking at those here live, and overall, I saw that the three of those trades were pretty good setups here based on the market structure and the overall trend that we had on those pairs. So we're going to look at the Euro odd. Perfect. And I was looking at this trade here with our CEO, Carl David, and I told him, okay, those are good setup to take if you're able to take them based on where we're at here in the market. And as you could see, this is the actual candle that the trade was created, and at 11 p.m. this is the actual trade setup. So at midnight, basically at 11 it went to TP1, went down, and then at midnight blast off. So it went TP1 and TP2. Now it's retracing back, but this is good setup here on Euro AUD. Let's look at NZD CAD. NZD CAD here, and NZD CAD. This one was for a sell, and as you see, it went to TP1 and then TP2, and now it's racing back up. So right now there's a little bit of exhaustion, but overall, if you took partials on that trade, It's a good setup. And if we look at the entry price until that point, see the close of that trade. So that's 25 pips here that was taken on that trade easily if you close it out. So, and you see that the entry price is the same here that was pushed out. So there's no ambiguity at all with what you're receiving with Enigma AI and what you're seeing on the chart. And finally, we had the Euro and ZD. Euro and ZD. That was a good setup too. And this one smashed TP3 at midnight. Boom. Those are good setups here. Okay, so shout out to everyone that took them when it was sent out. And like I said, I'm pretty sure our CEO here was is in pretty good traffic and happy of what he's seeing here so far. Uh, this is a pretty good setup here based on market structure overall. Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna go back here on trades that we sent out here. Let's look at yeah, GBP Let's see GBP Oops. USD. So you had a setup here at 8. So as you could see, it was for a sell. And you had basically you had multiple setups here for a sell. So if you took it at 8 or 9 or even at 11, be in profit here overall. Great. Let's look at NZD USD. That one was for a sell too. So everything was a sell at 8. And as you see, smash TP3. Perfect. And you have JPY, GBP, JPY. So everything was going down here, and everything was really correlation with what I was seeing here overall with the market. Basically, the best thing to do overall would be to look at where you're at in the market. Okay, so that's really the actual frame that I see. Okay, So when you receive an alert, what you have to look at is, okay, I am personally, what I do is I look at my weekly, basically my weekly chart to see exactly where we're at. Okay, is it a bearish or bullish week overall? As I could see, it's a bearish move for the last 2 weeks before this week. Okay, so I would look to trade in the downtrend overall for the week based on what I'm seeing here. Okay, and after that, what I do here after the weekly, I go on the daily to see. Okay, we're Thursday, so where we're at in the market here. So yeah, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So everything was trading down the last 3 days before today's date. So for today, so I would still look to continue in a downtrend, and I see that based on market structure, there's still a big gap here that needs to be filled for the market to rally up still, but it's still going down. Okay, and then I go to my 4 hour chart. Okay, and see what it is, what's going on right here, and it's still trending down since basically the beginning of the month. It's still trading down, so I will still continue to look down. And then I go to my hourly chart where my alerts will go, and I would filter out all of the trades that are not going with my overall bias here based on my weekly chart. So anything that goes up, I wouldn't take it, but everything that goes down, it's a good setup overall. And as you could see, most of the trades that were going down hit TP1 at least, and the trade that goes at the opposite side of my bias overall, that means that anything that goes up, most of them didn't hit at all. But right now we had one setup here. If we look at this week, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this current trade. But yeah, so 5, yes, exactly. So if you took all of those setup, you would be in the green for the week. Okay, so that's really the thought process that I do, and on top of that, what I look at is my COT, my commitment to traders, and as if you're here on over the weekend when I dropped that, I think it was on Sunday. I put a video here explaining you exactly what's going on in the market overall for the week, and it was a special week because every currency were going in the same direction. It was going down, and I was breaking it down exactly which currency specifically would be good to look at, and you had the euro, the AUD, and JPY that were the biggest movers of those big mover lists here. So that's why I would recommend just to look at those currencies to trade on. And if you look at the actual setups that were sent out overall for the week, most of them had the currencies that I was talking about. So you had your AUD, you had GBP, you had NZD, and you had JPY and Euro. that was sent out with Enigma. So it was in correlation with my my bias here for the week. Okay. So what I do first is first I look at my commitment to traders. Okay. Secondly, I look at the actual trend of the currency when the alert it comes out. And third, I just execute. So I take the trade, and 99% of the trade that I take are not pending orders. It's market execution. And I'm gonna give you an example here. So I'm gonna look at the Euro JPY, the one that just came out an hour ago, more than an hour ago. So Euro JPY. So you're gonna see the top. Okay, and this trade just hit TP3. That's nice. So the one that came out at 2. So this setup was a big winner here. So congrats to anyone that took it. But my thought process here, I go to the weekly. I look where I'm at in the weekly on the weekly chart. So I see it was going up here for the last few weeks here, but then now it's reversing right a little bit. Okay, so I see it's going down. Go over to my daily. Okay, see what's happening for this week. So since Monday, it was trending down. Okay, then I go to my 4-hour chart, trending down here since the start of the week. Okay, so this is basically this is a higher high, higher low. Okay, so when I see that, that's a good indication that we're still continuing down for the week. And we had one setup here on H4, but it's better off to take it on the hourly, and all of the signals are sent out on the hourly on the FX setup. So what I'm looking at only for the week, based on the thought process that I just showed you, is I'm looking to sell Euro JPY for the week. Okay, so I'm only looking for sells. So as you could see, you had one setup here for a sell that one hit TP1 here. You had another one that hit TP1. This one on the 10th, if you have the trade manager, okay, make sure to get the trade manager. If you're on if you take you have the mastery package, you have the trade manager that is included, and I'm pretty sure right now it's included in the discovery package for a limited time. But the trade manager will be switched to the mastery uh, package of DreDayFX. So you would add enter this trade. Okay, put your stop loss, your TP zone, and you would be still in the trade here since Tuesday. And right now you would have hit your TP3 as of the current hour. Okay. And on top of that, there was another setup here at 2 for sell, and that was a pretty good setup here. Okay. So this is basically my thought process here on trading overall. Okay. I do use other tools on my end, but any tools, any free tools that you have on any chart will be good to use. Okay. You could put a moving average, you could put a RSI, you could put MACD, you could put anything that makes sense to you, you just apply it with the Enigma system, and trust me, you're gonna be able to level up your trading tenfold. Okay. Um, so let me show you guys the as you all know, I was doing a challenge here with FTMO, so I'm just going to show you exactly the that I just I passed the verification here on the 10th, and I'll show you exactly the actual trade that I took to pass it, and that was GBP AUD on the 10th. Okay, and that was the exact trade that I took was this one. Okay, and basically my thought process here was the same. So I go on a weekly for Jihad. It was going in downtrend for the week. Going on a daily. So for the week, it's going up. Okay, but why I took it? I only needed basically 3 pips to pass the FTMO verification. Okay, so I knew based on my own analysis that it was going at least to go on TP1, but I only needed 3 pips, 3 to 4 pips. So I entered on 2 minutes after the candle creation, and then I was only in the trade here for approximately nine minutes total. Okay, so it went down, and then it shot up here and hit the stop loss. But if you were a scalper and I was only scalping the market based on what I needed to do with my FTMO account, was just to take what the market gave me within the hour and get out, and that's exactly what I did. So on that trade, I didn't put any stop loss or a take profit, so I manually took that trade and manually closed the trade here in 9 minutes. So I was really happy to complete that, and now I have to get my fully funded account here in a day or two, and I'll start trading it next week. So I'll do the same process here with other funding prop firm, or maybe still with FDMO, but if I continue to do exactly the thought process that I showed you at the beginning, I will be ahead of the game here for sure. Okay, so regardless of the amount of funded account, I don't look at the actual amount. I'm just looking at the chart and exactly what the market gives me, and I just execute. And that's how you're going to be able to grow any type of account in your trading journey, as long as you follow your thought process, your framework, and you use the tools that is offered at the DreDayFX. Okay, And if you don't have your account yet with DreDayFX, make sure to click the link in the description box. And yeah, and just take the package that you want. And the best value here so far is the mastery, because you're gonna have a lot of value in that with education. And we're gonna be, and if you want to join the actual boot camp that we have with FX, so make sure to get on with the yearly package. That's 14.97, and you're gonna be able to have access to the boot camp with Elevated FX. So the boot camp is really specifically done here to guide you to pass a funding challenge with our education that we have with IT and the Asian Sniper, and myself with the commitment of traders with analysis here. Eventually, we're gonna get some calls here with our educators and myself, so that will increase your trading by tenfold. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna stop sharing my current screen, and I'll go on. Perfect. So let me share back my screen. Perfect. Okay. So I'll show you exactly my current setup and what I'm looking to do with prop firms, specifically with the FTMO, because FTMO is the biggest prop firm here in the world so far, and that is good reputation. And basically, what you have is that you take the challenge for 30 days, okay, and it has to have a minimum trading days of 10 days, and your maximum daily loss is $500, and the maximum loss is $1,000, okay. And the profit target is $1,000 in 30 trading days. And this is the actual fee, 155 euro. In Canadian, because I'm Canadian, it's around 200, 240, I think, that I paid roughly with the price exchange. So when you pass that with those parameters, you're gonna be going in the verification stage. Okay, the verification stage is give you double the time with the same parameters, but the profit target is half of the amount. Okay, so that's pretty good. So this challenge, I passed it in basically 8 days, but after the 10th day, they gave me a verification account, because it's a different account that they give you. And this verification stage, it took me a month to do, because I wanted to take the time to do it, and it gave me the time to do it, so I didn't want to rush anything. and I passed the verification. So right now I'm in the I have to sign contract to be a fully funded FTMO trader. So as you could see, there's no time period because it's as long as you're able to keep the account, you're able to trade on. And the maximum daily loss is still 500, and the maximum loss is 1,000. And on top of that, they're gonna refund the amount that I previously put to get the FTMO, to get the challenge. Okay, and that's powerful because what's happening is that I'm just the amount that I put here, the $240 Canadian. I consider that like a seed money. Okay, so it's just so basically they're just taking the money just to make sure that if you're serious of getting funded, and if you're fully funded, they're just going to refund fund it to you. And the best thing that you could do is take that amount that they refunded to you and get another funded account. Okay, it could be on this platform, it could be on a different platform. That's the best thing to do is to get another funded account, and then you could copy your trades from one account to another. That's another thing that you could do. Or you could trade the actual account here, multiple accounts at the same time. So that's really powerful. So if you don't want to put the amount, you could still get the free trial account when you create an account with them, and you see that this is the payout and all the details here on that. So that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm not gonna stay too long here for this session. So I just wanted to show you exactly the process here of how I trade and what I'm looking at in the market, because you want to scan all of the alerts here, because I'm not taking 100% of the alerts. Okay, it's not the copy and paste system. Okay, so you want to just look at the alert that is sent out and make sure it makes sense for you. Okay, and you don't need to ask anyone, are you taking this trade or you're not taking this trade. You just have to look at the market and see exactly if it makes sense, and you just execute. Okay, and especially if you have the trade manager, you just put in the trade and walk away, and the trade manager will take care of the rest for you. Okay, and especially if you took let's say the Euro JPY trade, you're already in TP3 here with the setup, so that's pretty good. Okay, so on that note, I'll just leave it here. If there's any questions, you could leave it in the description box below. And if you didn't join EFX yet, make sure to click on the description box, the link, and join. And or just go back to the person that just showed you this video. They're going to tell you exactly how to sign up here and get a free account. And let's say you still have questions. We have a trade house session every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to get on those, and we'll show you exactly how everything works. And if you have any questions, you could ask them there. But beside that, I wish you a wonderful trading week, and happy trading. And yeah, so have a great one.